What's up, everybody? My name is Jacob, and welcome to Metal Misfit Church, a place where we encourage one another and we enjoy God's creation, especially metal music, man, because it gets me going, and I know it gets you going too, and I'm glad that you were here. I hope you've had a great week. Now, what I want to share with us for today is this. It's 3 questions that will change your life. It might even change the lives of people around you. Now, listen, these questions are for, it doesn't matter if you're a Christian, if you're not a Christian, if you're left, if you're right, if you're center, if you're metal, if you're country, it doesn't matter. This is for everybody. I want you to hear me out now. Here's 3 questions that will change your life. Here's number 1. What do you mean by that? That's the first question. Here's the thing. A lot of times when we talk to people about issues, whether it be political or theological or whatever they may have to be, people say and make statements. Now, a lot of times we find out that people make statements, but that's all they can make because they can't back it up. Now, when you ask a question like, what do you mean by that? Let's say someone says that God's mean. Well, what do you mean by that? Do you mean he does things that are immoral? Do you mean he does things that you don't like? Or he tells us to do things that I don't like? Is it just a disagreement, or is it something else? But what do you mean by that? And that is an awesome question to ask, because a lot of times we'll find out that people won't progress to the second or the third question because they won't get past the first one. Why? Because they don't know what they mean. And so that's a great thing when you're talking to other people about various issues. What do you mean by that? Define exactly what you mean so you can move forward, which will take you to question number 2. All right, question number 2 is simply this. How did you come to that conclusion? I need to know how you got from A to B. I can understand that you're saying this statement and then now you're ending up here, but if you can't show me how you got from one place to the other, well, that doesn't help your argument very much, does it? It doesn't help that you can show you actually know what you are talking about. How'd you get from here to there? And again, that question was, how'd you come to that conclusion? So first off is, what do you mean by that? Force the person to define what they mean. Number 2, how'd you come to that conclusion? How did you arrive there? Show me step by step. And then finally, the third question is this. Have you considered? Is it possible that there's something else out there? Is it possible that there's a different answer? Is it possible that you didn't fully understand what you were saying and you didn't fully understand all the things that you were promoting? Is that possible? And it's important that we all take the time to go, yeah, maybe it's possible. Maybe I should think about that. And here's the thing about the 3 questions. The person you should ask the 3 questions the most is to yourself. Right? It's important that I understand what I believe, and then I can talk about it. If I tell somebody important that I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, I've got to be able to talk about that. I've got to be able to back that up. And if I can't, that conversation isn't going to go very well if I can't do these things. And so what do I mean by that? How did I come to this conclusion? How can I show the actual putting in the work to understand what I'm understanding, how we go from here and look at all the evidence, and it takes you to there. Do I understand that? Can I fully show other people what I actually believe and be confident in that thing? And the fact is, a lot of us can't. So we need to ask ourselves the questions all the time. What do I mean by that? How did I come to that conclusion? And have I considered? And when you ask yourself these 3 questions all the time, you will present yourself as a full, studied, well-read individual who believes what they believe, not because somebody told them, but because that's where logic led them. This has been Metal Misfit Church. We'll see you.